What Mercedes just did with Lewis Hamilton is insane. So we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Mercedes news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Mercedes are looking to replace Lewis Hamilton with his rival Max Verstappen and offer him the biggest motorsport contract ever. Mercedes will reportedly table reigning F1 champion Max Verstappen a staggering $150 million $245 million per season offer in a bombshell bid to poach the Red Bull star from 2025. OE24 claims the $150 million per year offer includes bonuses but would still shatter Formula One pay records. It is more than double Verstappen's current salary at Red Bull, believed to be around $55 million. Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton currently earns an estimated $45 million per season, but that is set to rise drastically when he moves to Ferrari in 2025. His pay is reportedly set to be as high as 87 to 100 million USD per season at Ferrari, though investment into Hamilton's Mission 44 organization and other bonuses take the total value of the deal far higher. The report claims that Verstappen will meet with Mercedes at the upcoming Miami Grand Prix this weekend, and that Mercedes are also hoping to bring across senior Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko, the 80-year-old who has overseen the team's junior driver program since the team was founded in 2005. Marko has a close relationship with Verstappen, but his future at Red Bull has been under a cloud following the messy drama surrounding team boss Christian Horner that raised tensions within the champion team. Verstappen said earlier this season that his own future at Red Bull depended on Marko remaining with the team, telling Sky F1, "For me, Helmut is a very key factor in that, and he has to stay for me, for sure." Not only would signing Marko be a major coup for Mercedes given his wealth of knowledge and experience in the sport, but it could prove decisive in their bid to convince Verstappen to defect from the team, where he has won 3 consecutive titles and looks set to add a 4th this campaign. Meanwhile, Mercedes have been named as one of a host of F1 teams hoping to sign Red Bull's technical wizard, Adrian Newey. Newey is one of the most highly respected engineers in the sport who played a key role in designing Red Bull cars that delivered 7 drivers' titles and 6 constructors' titles. Newey will reportedly be allowed to leave the team at the end of 2024 despite being contracted for multiple years, with rival heavyweight teams lining up for his services. But Newey has reportedly already rejected Aston Martin. Former F1 team manager turned journalist Peter Windsor said on his YouTube channel, "Ferrari, Mercedes, Aston Martin would all want Adrian Newey, for sure. My understanding is that already there has been offered a lot of money by Aramco, and Aston therefore, and he's turned it down. That's my understanding of what the Aston situation is. It means that Mercedes, having lost their biggest star in Lewis Hamilton, could respond by signing 3 of Red Bull's most respected figures. Verstappen has remained notably reserved amidst the swirling rumors. Despite Red Bull's current dominance in the sport, he is under pressure from within the team. An ongoing power struggle within Red Bull, particularly between team manager Christian Horner and Verstappen's trusted advisor, Dr. Helmut Marko, will undoubtedly influence the champion's future. Reports suggest that should Marko depart from Red Bull, Verstappen could leverage an exit clause in his contract, which extends until 2028. Toto Wolff is optimistic that an upgrade Mercedes are set to bring to the upcoming Miami Grand Prix could be a good step after the team struggled to get their car in the right window last time out in China. It was a challenging weekend at times for the squad during F1's return to the Shanghai International Circuit. There were particularly mixed emotions for Lewis Hamilton, who had finished the sprint race in P2 before then qualifying down in 18th place for Sunday's event. Come race day, the 7-time world champion managed to work his way forwards to P9, while George Russell crossed the line in P6 after starting 2 positions back from that on the grid. Speaking to Sky Sports F1 following Sunday's Grand Prix, team boss Wolff revealed that the squad are hoping to work on their pace, with an update on the way for the W15 at the next race. Considering where we put the cars all together, our team was not in a good position for today, the Austrian explained. Not good enough overall P6, I think it was, and P9, but it's lacking pace, so we've got to dig deep. We have something coming for Miami that looks like a good step. Let's see where that brings us out. The Silver Arrows have continued to carry out experiments on the car, with Hamilton embarking on a further one during the weekend in Shanghai. Quizzed on what the team had learned from this, and whether it had proven, after 5 rounds, that the W15 is a fundamentally okay car, Wolff answered, "No, it's not an okay car." The second story is Mercedes and Verstappen camp planning talks after Miami. Mercedes is reportedly planning high-level talks with Max Verstappen and his management after next week's Miami Grand Prix, as the Brackley squad continues its audacious bid to lure the Dutchman away from Red Bull. According to German website F1 Insider, the all-important meeting scheduled to take place between Miami and Imola will bring together Mercedes-Benz CEO Ola Källenius and the team's other shareholders, Toto Wolff and Sir James Ratcliffe on one side of the table, and Max Verstappen, his father Jos, and manager Raymond Vermeulen on the other side. Mercedes' heavyweight delegation inevitably underscores the seriousness of its pursuit. It's been rumored that Verstappen's contract with Red Bull, which theoretically runs until the end of 2028, includes an escape clause that would allow the 3-time world champion to depart the Milton Keynes-based outfit should Red Bull motorsport advisor Helmut Marko leave the energy drink company. It's unclear, however, if such a clause also applies to Red Bull Chief Technology Officer Adrian Newey, who is expected to leave the championship-winning outfit at the end of 2024. F1 Insider reports that money is not an object for Mercedes. Ferrari-bound Lewis Hamilton's vacated salary of over $50 million will be available, and the team would reinvest part of its recent profits to sweeten the deal. Additionally, a lucrative long-term brand ambassador contract is on the table. Financially, Mercedes is pulling out all the stops. However, money is reportedly a secondary concern for Verstappen, who will be seeking guarantees over Mercedes' competitive future and its ability to pull itself out of its current slump to recoup its former status as a consistent winner in F1. It is believed that the sport's upcoming 2026 engine and chassis regulation changes might tip the scales in Mercedes' favor. Their technical expertise, especially on the engine front, could propel them back to the top, just like the 2014 engine revolution. Verstappen's move to Mercedes wouldn't just strengthen the German outfit, it would also significantly weaken Red Bull, its major competitor. This strategic advantage adds another layer to Mercedes' pursuit of the Dutch driver. With negotiations on the horizon, the coming weeks could see another seismic shift in the F1 driver market. Will Verstappen be tempted by Mercedes' mega offer, or will he remain loyal to Red Bull? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The future of Formula One might hinge on the outcome of the upcoming high-stakes talks between Mercedes and Grand Prix Racing's top driver. Mercedes will experience at least a 4-year winless drought, it has been predicted. The third story is Mercedes taking action to cure F1 cars' underlying balance problem. The German manufacturer has endured a challenging start to the 2024 campaign, with its W15 showing flashes of speed but struggling to deliver consistency through race weekends. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell have battled a knife-edge feeling at times, as Mercedes has failed to nail a setup that exploits the potential that it believes is locked in the car. While the team is hopeful that an aerodynamic upgrade package scheduled for the next race in Miami will bring an overall lift to its performance, the squad is also in tandem planning other changes to its car over the next few Grands Prix. Speaking in the team's regular post-race video debrief, technical director James Allisson has revealed the upcoming introduction of new parts are specifically targeted at making the car handle much better. We've got upgrade packages coming to the car, but also components that we hope will rectify the underlying balance that is causing us difficulty, he said, reflecting on another up-and-down weekend at the Chinese GP. Much as it's painful to talk in this way after a weekend like this, I just have to remember that there'll be races in the future when we've executed those things. When we're back more on the front foot and when we're progressing, where the pleasure of talking about it will be massive, and that day can't come soon enough. Allisson said that while the team delivered a well-executed race in China to bring home a double points finish, the overall performance was far from the high standards that he and Mercedes expected. We've had something of a front-limited car all year, especially in the lower speed corners, and that was really amped up to 11 this weekend, he said. Once you've got front tires that don't want to go around the corner, that means the drivers have to wait an eon to get on the power on the exit of the corner. You Heymorige lap time there. In extremis, actually to make the car go around the corner, they have to boot it around the corner with the throttle to loosen up the rear end somewhat, and that kills the rear tires, so you end up overheating on the rear as a result of being front limited. It's no pleasure at all to be taken from a weekend which, even though competently executed and well driven by both guys, no pleasure at all when the hardware itself is not where it needs to be or should be. Of course, the challenge that we face in the coming races is to try and move both the setup of the car and also the pieces that we bring to the car so that that's improved. Allisson said that going into Miami, Mercedes also needed to change its approach to mid-weekend setup changes, with both drivers having made big shifts from the China sprint into the main Grand Prix, which did not deliver the step forward hoped for. We definitely learnt during this weekend that if you're going to be ambitious in the sprint race, and then tune it down for the main race rather than the opposite way around, he said.